Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. The skunky smell mystery has been solved. Stay tuned, you'll find out what it was. Let's launch this reseller, Rowboat. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Beth. I live in Texas and I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Shopify. And if you're not already subscribed, I invite you to do so right now. Hit the thumbs up and also leave me a comment below. Tell me a little bit about yourself. So today's another Rock and Talk. Today is Jania's birthday, so I'm going to try to make this really short so I can get back to the celebration. I always talk about eBay, Poshmark, Shopify, sometimes YouTube, and a personal update. So let me look on my list here. I sourced 153 items last Monday, forgot my clicker, so I didn't know how many items I had, so I just set a timer, and when the timer went off, I was done thrifting, ended up with 153. I think 7 of those were for the grandbabies, but I didn't do too bad for 2.5 hours. My sales are up about 10.9% on eBay, which is awesome. The last 2 days have been pretty slow, but what helped me was last weekend I had an amazing weekend, amazing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'm hoping that the weekend, tomorrow and Sunday, is going to be awesome as well because I need my numbers to start climbing again. And what else? Oh, I wanted to show you these. Some of you know that the last 2 years I've been getting eye infections from the thrift store. I have a really bad habit of touching my eyes, touching my face, and I catch myself doing it all the time. And this last eye infection was actually the worst, to where the doctor said I needed to go in and have a biopsy on my eyelid. And I was not down for that. I knew what this was. So he gave me another month of antibiotics and it finally went away after about 5 weeks. So I decided to buy some clear lens glasses. And these are pretty cool. I got them on Amazon for like 12 bucks. I think they're really awesome. And so I wear these in the thrift store, and it keeps me from touching my eye. And I have caught myself several times while wearing them trying to touch my eye, and then I can just take the inside of my shirt and wipe it real quick. And forgot the glasses this past Monday, but I'm gonna really try hard to remember from now on. So those are definitely glaring, definitely gonna take those off. Kimmy and I are going to the flea market on Sunday. I'm not sure what Kimmy's looking for, but I'm definitely going to be looking for appliances to part out. And I figure I've got about 75 left of those 153. And I figure if I can get about 5 or 6 more machines, I may not have to go back to the thrift store for another week or so. And that's my plan. Okay, that's my plan. Also, while I've got Kimmy on my mind, Kimmy and I have a little surprise for you. She wanted me to make an announcement of an announcement. So I'll just let you know that we are working on something and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so in order to participate in this, you need to be subscribed to both our channels. So I'm going to try to remember up here to link Life of Kimberly to that channel. If you would go over there and subscribe to her, I'd really appreciate it. And there are several Life of Kimberlys and Life by Kimberly, so make sure that you click that one. That's her. So after we go to the flea market, we're going to go to lunch, and she's going to kind of help me figure out how to utilize ChatGPT to the best I possibly can. Again, I'm switching gears here, but I'm talking about Kimmy. So I have not, if you watched my last live stream and I showed you what ChatGPT came up with for an ad for my Shopify store, I have not created that ad because when Kimmy told me she would help me, I thought, well, I'm going to wait and see what Kimmy comes up with. And then I'll just see which one I like the best, or maybe merge the two and have a really cool ad for my store on Pinterest. So that's what we're planning on doing. And then again, we're going to be working on this collaboration together. So that's what lunch is for, and catching up on all the news. All right, so if you were also on my last live stream, you heard the story about my skunky smell. Some of you thought it was a skunk. Some of you thought it was skunky weed. I washed all those clothes. I think it was 106 pieces of clothing. Even after washing all of those clothes and processing them, photographing them, storing them, when I went live the other day, I smelled it again. And I was like, okay, everything's been put away. So that tells me what? That it's not the clothes after all. After all that sniffing and running around trying to figure it out. What it was my curling iron. So it was my hair that I was smelling, which is actually disgusting if you think about it. It obviously went away after a while. So my curling iron's about 3 years old, and I've never, cleaned it before. And I guess the age, and it's just when it heats up, it's mixing with the hair products. I have the same hair products I had 3 years ago. Never smell this smell. So I haven't curled my hair since I figured this out. And even when you sniff the curling iron, it doesn't smell. But I know that's what it is. And so I'm going to get something and clean it off real good and try again. And hopefully I won't have to ditch it. It's a pretty expensive curling iron. I bought it from a hairstylist. And anyway, that's what it was after all that. All right, let me see what else is on my list. I think that's all for eBay, pretty much, yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about Poshmark. Poshmark has, as most of you probably already know, they have changed to Ground Advantage. They have lowered their shipping prices to $6.49. I noticed it did go in effect today. Today is the 12th of September. I did check. It did go down. And I was just curious if you could comment below, if you're a Poshmark seller, are you happy about this change? Because I am, because I sell earrings. I sell camisoles that weigh less than 4 ounces, okay? Not very many people want to pay over $8 to ship a pair of earrings or a camisole. So I think maybe people who don't really want to bundle, hopefully they will purchase single items from me and that my sales will go up. Now, I forgot to tell you, a couple months ago, I sold a 15-piece bundle on Poshmark, and she made me an offer, and I gladly accepted it, all right? But what I didn't think about was that box weighed 11 pounds. And when I went over to ship it, the most heavy box I could pay for shipping was 10 pounds. So I was 1 pound shy, and it cost me $30 to ship that thing priority. I don't know where she lived. $30 came out of my profit. That was a real bummer. I had decided I'm no longer going to accept bundles that large because of it. Just never hit me what I was getting myself into. Now, I was even thinking, well, why can't I just go to Pirate Ship and maybe I'll get a better price? Poshmark still has some things they need to change as far as shipping. You cannot put in a different tracking number into Poshmark. I mean, if I did that, if I went to Pirate Ship and got a lower price, let's say, and put the tracking number in the message, I don't think Poshmark's going to actually bother to go over there and make sure that the item was delivered. Okay, so it's going to be my word against the buyer's word. They really should have that figured out, but they're just so... Well, here's the other thing, though. We don't really get the shipping on our end, so then we would end up paying out of our pocket, and that's the other thing. So their shipping is kind of weird. This is a good first step, though. This is something that should have been done already, and my only concern also with this is I've seen some creators announcing this and people saying, well, I don't make very many sales on Poshmark. I don't even have my closet open anymore, but I'm going to go ahead and call the number or email the USPS and get those free Ground Advantage supplies, and then I'm going to use them to ship items from other platforms. All right, I've been hearing a lot of that buzz lately. I've even heard of people who are opening Poshmark closets just so they can get the free shipping supplies, but never intend to sell on Poshmark. I'm concerned about this because I'm afraid that what's going to happen is so many people are going to be wanting these Ground Advantage supplies that supplies are going to be short. They may eventually limit the number that you can get, or they may do away with it altogether. So that, people abuse a system, then they usually tweak things. So I would think that USPS would have thought about this ahead of time, but you never know about USPS, right? So I don't know, that's just one of my concerns. I'm planning, and I want to know what you guys are planning to do. Please comment below. I'm planning just to use what I have. I'm very thankful that now I'm not going to have like one shelf with priority flat rate envelopes and Tyvek envelopes for Poshmark, and then a drawer with poly mailers for eBay. Now I'm just going to have one thing because I don't make that many sales on Poshmark, so it's not going to cost me that much money to ship in my own supplies. Plus they're cute and they're colorful, and when Poshmark started years ago, it seemed to be almost expected that you shipped in something colorful, that you put things in tissue paper with a bow. Okay, I don't do that. They go in a priority padded or they go in a Tyvek. And if it's any bigger than that, it goes in a box, but it's usually a priority box, or sometimes it's even an eBay box. And I cover up the eBay name just so it looks, okay. But I'm really happy to just have one stack of shipping supplies. And I was getting ready to order pad of flat rate envelopes. I was down to about 15 or 20, and I always order them 100 at a time. And I'm glad I didn't, because it was about a day before I was getting ready to order that they made this announcement. So I'm happy about that. All right, let's see what else. Okay, Shopify, and I don't have it with me. Shoot, I meant to bring it. Okay, well, you're just going to have to imagine it. So for Shopify, I still haven't had any sales since May, and it was time for me to reorder business cards, which means I ordered 500 of the new ones that say, best prices on our website only, 10ofheartstore.com in bold red in the middle, and then it says something about save more when you buy direct, okay? So that means I have given out 250 of those already, flipped over with that side up. They have to take that off in order to get to the clothing. No sales after 250 out. So now I'm starting the second box. So now it's time for me to order new business cards. And I had to think to myself, Beth, do I want to keep it the way it is, or do I want to change it again? This will be like the 5th change since April. So what I did was I changed best prices to lowest prices, and I put lowest prices in red, everything else is in black, and then the website 10ofheartstore.com is in bold red in the middle. Lowest prices. See if that helps, because when somebody says best prices, well, that's your opinion, okay? Best prices. Is it really a best price? I don't know. When you say lowest prices, that tells me that over there I'm going to get lower than I'm getting anywhere else. That's what that tells me. I don't know if that's what it's going to tell them. So I started with those, and I think it'll be about 7 days before I get them. And it'll probably be how long does it take me to get? Maybe about a month. I'll have passed out the other 250, and then I'm not going to waste those though, like I've been doing the others. So about a month to use the other 250, and then I can get started on these new ones. So I don't know. So that's really all that's been going on in my business. I've been super, super busy with family. Let's go ahead and do some personal things. So Callie, my dog, had dental surgery Wednesday, and she had 5 teeth taken out. And so we've been living with zombie dog the last couple of days. That pain med is working. And today when I came home from work, she was back to her normal self, running around, excited to see me. But I'm going to keep doing that pain medicine in the mornings for about 3 more days and just feeding her soft food. So she will not eat baby food. We learned that the last time. But 5 teeth, guys, that's a lot. But the vet said she was very happy with the condition of her other teeth. She's 13 years old, and she was very happy with the way she came out of the surgery. So I was nervous the whole day, worried about, in fact, they called when I was on my live stream on my other channel, which is linked below, and I didn't answer it. And then I thought, you know what, I need to call back. So I called back during the live, or listen to the voicemail. I just had this nervous feeling that they're going to call me and say she didn't make it through surgery, but we're good. Okay, some other exciting things that have happened this week. The other night, about 9:30 at night, it was dark. We get a knock on our door, which is a little scary. It was our neighbor next door, and he says, "Do you have a sprinkler going on in your backyard?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Then you have a water leak." He says, "I'm sitting on my back porch," and he said, "It looks like Old Faithful. It looks like a geyser. The water is spraying over the fence into our yard." So I throw my shoes on. I go outside. Well, the first thing I notice is the pool water. The pool water is just going down, 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 down. And I'm smiling now, because now it's taken care of. But I wasn't smiling then. It was dark. Had my phone because I thought I'm going to need my flashlight because it's pitch dark out there. The pool equipment is all the way to the back left of the property, okay? And I look over the fence. There's a fence in front of it. We have a fence in front of it. Water is just, he's right. It was like a geyser, just water spraying everything. And I'm like, what in the heck do I do? And I kind of know in my heart what to do, but when I am in a crisis mode like that, I can't think straight. So I called the pool guy that cleans our pool, not the guy that we use for like repairs. And it was after 9:30, the Astros game was on, and I could not believe he picked up the phone. And he said, I said, "I don't know what to do, and I don't want to go over there because I've got my phone, and my phone's going to get soaking wet, and I'm going to get soaked, and I'm like, I don't know what to do." And he's like, "Well, you just need to turn the pump off, So I turned the pump off, and then we got it fixed. I think the next day, maybe the day after that, it got fixed. So then I had to put water in. In order for them to come fix it, I had to add more water so that they could run it again to see what it was doing. So we lost a lot of water, guys, but what can you do? I tell you that this has been a money pit house, but that pool has been the majority of our repairs since we've been here. And now I noticed, I went to put some water in the pool tonight, and the PVC pipe looks like it's got a little leak in it, and water's just kind of squirting out randomly. And that's when the water's off. So I'm going to have to call somebody for that. So I don't know. Enough of that. Okay, let me see if I got something else here. Yeah, I think that's all that's on my list. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. I didn't want to do a car chat. So I will take a picture of things that I get at the flea market for you guys in my trunk. If it's anything real exciting, I'll do a short car chat and let you know what I got, how much I spent. I got $300 today in cash. So because my Zelle is not working right, so I'm just gonna hopefully have enough money. I mean, I'm planning on stocking up, guys. I'm planning on stocking up, and I'm sure Kimmy's gonna talk me into some things that I don't want. So, but anyway, I'll see you on Sunday, Kimmy, and I love you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. I hope your sales are amazing. Don't forget to paddle on. We are all in this business boat together. May God keep you in his pocket. Bye.